a dodgy business personality, I must say that Wicknell Chivhayo has actually issued a very strange jibe on the Vice President of Zimbabwe, that is retired General Chiwenga. Remember, is this a joke, or he was actually, passing a message through a joke? That is what comes into my mind, taking into consideration of heightened tensions between a group of people in Zimbabwe called Chiwenga, of which Wicknell Chivhayo is part of those groups. And we know sentiments that have been issued by retired General Chiwenga to this set of groups. Is that a joke, or he intended to send a message through a joke? Remember, in politics, it's a game really that some individuals play. How many people will take that as a joke if indeed it was a joke? And will retired General Chiwenga receives that as a joke? These are the questions that comes into my mind. Greetings and welcome on your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, guess what? You become the very first one to watch us. So I will just read to you this joke by Wicknell Chivhayo, and then we'll unpack it. It was written in Shona language. It says, Takasara zwakanaka, which means we were left nicely. Kuno mukoma wangu. Ndauya kuzokutsorerai nyika yenyu iyi. So this joke was issued. Remember, yesterday retired General Chiwenga had to stay up until 2 o'clock in the morning to welcome Emerson Mnangagwa, and the pictures of him, as well as also Colonel Kembo Mohadi, who is also the Vice President, welcoming Emerson Mnangagwa at night, of which a lot of people have questioned that as to whether is this necessary really to upgrade a president to be some form of a deity to such an extent that an individual such as the Vice President can stay awake up to 2 a.m. In the morning. Was also Mnangagwa not strategically doing this also as a way of trapping retired General Chiwenga, and also retired General Chiwenga being smart, actually abiding by not giving Mnangagwa the desired results on this trip? If I was the Vice President, I would not leave my wife at 2 a.m. in the morning to go and welcome another man. So let's look at this joke. Takasara zwakanaka kuno mukoma. So Wicknell Chivhayo pretends to be a retired General Chiwenga, saying we were left nicely here, mukoma meaning brother, one brother, my brother. Ndauya kuzokutsorerai, I've come to actually hand over back your country. And look at the words that are also used by this Chikananda, Wicknell Chivhayo. Now, he portrays Emerson Mnangagwa as the owner of Zimbabwe. I think you can see how these people actually develop someone to be a cult, and this extent of bootlicking. Anyway, it is not surprising, taking into consideration of how much he has benefited, especially under Emerson Mnangagwa through tenders. But also this is disrespecting and undermining retired General Chiwenga. In simple terms, through this joke, he was trying to demonstrate that no, you were just in charge of something that does you. You were just in charge of a country which is not yours. Now the owner, the real owner, or in simple terms, saying fake owner, or you were a fake owner of this country. Now it's time to return this country to the real owner, who is Emmerson Mnangagwa. Just imagine. You are a vice president, and the vice president, by the way, is actually it's a position that is recognized within a country. It is not a substandard position. It is, but well, because of ZANU-PF constitution and the fact that the vice president can be appointed, the presidents, the dictators in Zimbabwe manipulate that power that they are constitutionally given to actually undermine But well, if it was any person, would he have been allowed to joke in such a manner with retired General Chiwenga? Because that on its own is highly disrespectful to the core. It may seem like a revenge, but he put it like a joke. Remember, retired General Chiwenga has also spoken about these individuals who just get rich all of a sudden, whose actually capital cannot be traced in Zimbabwe. And we know that Blessed Geza has listed your Wicknell Chivhayo as part of Chikanandas, and his businesses were the target, especially when the Blessed Geza revolution sprang up in Zimbabwe. So him joking about this, joking about a man who has actually said no kind words about him, as well as his dodgy businesses, and also looking at the attitude. I'm sure when he was doing this, it's in fact, in my view, it's sending a message, but masquerading that message as a joke. Because to a lot of people it might appear as a joke, but also equally so to numerous people this might not be perceived as a joke, especially to ordinary citizens of Zimbabwe. They may see this statement as a statement that belittles the vice president, that actually make the vice president to be in fact at the mercy of Emmerson Mnangagwa. That is what exactly these sentiments and this statement creates. It is undermining in nature. That even I mean, you cannot, as a child, or you cannot pass certain jokes, especially against your parents, or you cannot pass certain jokes especially against your supervisors, your managers at work. They may actually deem, as much as it would be a joke, they may deem that attitude disrespectful and aimed at sending a message, but masquerade or pretending that message to be actually a joke. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the subscribe plus button so that you become one of our members or the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Also, a special announcement. Take note that we are also available on social media, other social media platforms such as Facebook, as Donipani Global News, as well as also Twitter, which is currently X. Search for Donipani Global News. Ogan Umhlabane is signing off. Let's meet on the